It looks like I haven't talked about Batwoman in a while, huh? It looks like Batwoman with tokenization again, which that's all that show is. It's tokenization, the show. And apparently, which is weird, and I don't understand this, but I'm not going to try to. But apparently, there's this Asian woman who's playing Poison Ivy, which I thought they cast. And remember, I was going to say celebrate. I didn't celebrate nothing. But we were surprised because if I'm not mistaken, that was Batwoman, or was that the Batman like movie? But we were like surprised that Poison Ivy wasn't race swapped. There wasn't tokenization of her. Well, apparently there's a second Poison Ivy who predates the one that hasn't debuted yet. Oh, no, who is after the one that hasn't debuted yet, which is the white one. But this one's Asian. So it's an Asian. They couldn't help themselves, bro. So in the tokenization show, because you got, but obviously Batwoman is tokenized square. You got tokenized Batman. And then you tokenized her again by making her black after having her not be white anymore. And this is what EW was reporting. Nicole Kang's Mary Hamilton goes full supervillain in next week's Batwoman. CW revealed our first look at Mary as Gotham's new Poison Ivy. Red hair and all. Kang will debut this starting new look in a superhero drama mid-season. In a recent interview with EW, Kang opened up about her character's villainous transformation and teased Mary's dark new relationship with Alice and the original Poison Ivy, which will be introduced in the new year. So yeah, like I said, this one's actually after that one. It just haven't been, for whatever reason, they're debuting the predecessor, or not the predecessor, the successor first. And here's your look at this Photoshop, whatever this is. This is not that good, by the way. But here is your Asian Poison Ivy, and let's see what she had to say about it. Oh man, this is what gets me right here. This is the hilarious part. I was really emotional, she says. I burst into tears. Remember, these people all think that they're like breaking ground when they fill a tokenization role. And it said, recalling the first time she put the full Poison Ivy costume on, it has given me purpose and drive. And ultimately, I'm proud of how Poison Ivy came out. What I'm most proud of is that it is rooted in history, both comic and fashion history, and it is culturally conscious. And then I am what's inside of it, what's filling it. And as a Korean girl, that's when it all came together. Everybody, I think, has been wanting Mary to become a superhero because there's the expectation that everybody suits up to subvert that expectation. Again, anytime you hear the term subvert or subversive regarding these people, you know it's dead on arrival. We have Black Batwoman. We have Batwing. We have and an Asian Poison. So look, you're bragging about tokenization. It's so cool. And this is what she's saying. It's really exciting for me to create a full-fledged Asian villain. You didn't create anything. You're just an Asian version of a historically white redhead. That's it. I think sometimes Asian villains are not explained, right? Their humanity is sometimes lost when they're telling a story about a hero, and I think it's super brilliant. She gives the showrunner, Caroline Dries, all of the props for creating a hero and turning her into a villain. I'm very thrilled. So I'm not going to read and bore you through all of this stuff with them crying about this whole deal. But I'm going to say this, and I think it's very important. And that was this first part here. And that is, she bursts into tears and she's feeling all some kind of way. And what have I said about tokenization and tokenized characters? People who are not white only see legitimacy in historically white characters. So this is why they become emotional, or they think they're breaking ground, because it's a character that we know is not black or we know is not Asian in this case. Yet they fill that role, and we're supposed to believe that they are that character, right? Now, yeah, are there original characters that they could come up with themselves or original Asian characters that already exist? Of course. But that's not what they wanted to do. Isn't the because they have in the Arrowverse, if I'm not mistaken, what's his name? What's the chick's name that's playing Black Canary? A lot of people don't know this. I'm gonna put y'all on some comic book history. There is no such thing as a white canary that is like the character that you have seen, who I believe is in the what do you call that? The what Legends of Tomorrow. There was, however, a white canary that did combat Black Canary that was Asian. A lot of people don't know that because she hasn't appeared since that arc. We've talked about it on the channel back when I used to do all these reviews. She hasn't appeared since this arc. They could have used her. Yet here we are. The reason why is because they only see legitimacy in white characters. This is why I don't take these people serious when they sit and think that they're breaking ground and they're doing all this bold and brave stuff. And now little Johnny can finally see themselves because someone's the same color. Because remember, that's the only way you can relate to people, according to these folks. You're only defined by your race. So the only way or gender or something, sexuality. So the only way you can relate to another individual is if y'all share the same skin tone or sexuality, which is fucking nonsense. It's nonsense. Complete and utter nonsense. But that's how they feel because they put so much importance in what it is that they're doing. And they like to think that they're either pushing the envelope or breaking some sort of new ground by simply filling a role that we already know is not an original Asian character in this sense. But because you only see legitimacy in the white character, this is why when they hear me gripe about this sort of stuff and they like to call me, oh, you the one that hates yourself because you black, because you won't cheer on a tokenized black woman. You should be a Batwoman. You should be celebrating all that stuff. I'm like, you are a fucking moron. You're an idiot, right? You're stupid. Because you would like to call me like some fake black person or something like that because God forbid I disagree with this stuff. But I'm the only one championing the original black characters. You don't do that. You foam at the mouth when you get Black Superman, which is us apparently on the way. You foam at the mouth when you get a version of a black version of a character that we already have seen. You love that type of stuff because you don't see legitimacy in original black characters. I do, of course, which is why I talk about them. You don't. You only see legitimacy in white characters. This is why we continue to see this type of stuff. And then these actors and actresses act like they're doing something so bold and brave when all they're doing is reassuring that they actually think of black or characters that are not white. They think of them as secondary characters. That's what they think. So they feel like the only way they can gain some sort of ground and the only way they can make something happen, the only way they can feel good is if they fill the roles of a fucking white person. That's them. That's them. And this is why all the goofy movements with these organizations, all those are, is begging for access to white people's resources. Bunch of losers. You just watched a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcanonsake.com.